Did you know that three commonly used vitamins, ones you may take daily, could be gradually weakening your legs and putting your independence at risk? Many older adults assume that more vitamins equal better health, but that's not always the case. In fact, some supplements can be harmful, particularly for those over 60. When taken in excess or without medical guidance, these three vitamins can contribute to muscle weakness, reduced leg strength, and an increased likelihood of falls, fractures, and long-term mobility issues. Understanding which vitamins pose a risk, why they can be harmful, and what steps to take instead is crucial before these effects become irreversible. The first vitamin, vitamin E, the hidden muscle weakener. For years, vitamin E has been promoted as a powerful antioxidant, linked to benefits like heart health, improved skin, and anti-aging properties. Many seniors take it regularly, believing it supports overall well-being. However, for those over 60, this supplement, intended to preserve health, might actually be quietly undermining mobility. Because vitamin E is fat-soluble, it doesn't simply pass through the body like water-soluble vitamins such as vitamin C. Instead, it accumulates in fat tissues and the liver. When taken in high doses, particularly above 400 IU daily, a common amount found in supplements, it can interfere with essential body functions, including muscle coordination and strength. These effects often begin subtly. You might find it slightly harder to rise from a chair, notice a brief loss of balance when turning, or feel more fatigued while walking through a store. It's easy to dismiss these changes as a normal part of aging, but in some cases they stem from something preventable and potentially dangerous. Excessive vitamin E has been found to disrupt muscle metabolism and impair neuromuscular function. For older adults who are already experiencing natural muscle loss with age, this disruption can further weaken the muscles supporting the knees and hips. Over time, this deterioration can lead to greater reliance on mobility aids such as canes or walkers, or, in severe cases, a loss of mobility altogether. But the risks don't stop there. High levels of vitamin E can also thin the blood, which is especially concerning for individuals taking anticoagulant medications. This can increase the risk of internal bleeding, excessive bruising, and complications from falls. A minor stumble could become far more dangerous if the body is unable to clot properly and the legs are too weak to break the fall. What makes this issue particularly alarming is that it doesn't come with immediate warning signs. The effects develop gradually, often mistaken for typical aging, leaving many older adults unaware that their daily supplement might be quietly compromising their strength and balance. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. The body is incredibly adaptive, but it is also sensitive to imbalances. What benefits a younger person may have unintended consequences for an older adult. That's why it's essential to approach supplementation with caution rather than habit. If you've been taking vitamin E regularly, especially in high doses and without a doctor's recommendation, it's worth asking a crucial question. Is this supplement helping me, or is it doing more harm than good? And if one widely used vitamin can have such unexpected effects, what other common supplements might also be undermining your mobility and independence? Next, let's take a closer look at vitamin A. It may be even more surprising. 2. Vitamin A, the hidden culprit behind weak bones and muscles. There's a quiet danger that hides in plain sight inside the very vitamins many seniors trust to preserve their vision, protect their skin, and support their immune system. Vitamin A, often taken without much thought, has long been considered essential for healthy aging, and in the right amounts, it truly is. But what many older adults don't realize is that when vitamin A is taken in excess, especially over long periods, it becomes not a supporter of health, but a subtle saboteur. As we age, our bodies process nutrients differently. The margin for error becomes smaller, our organs slow, our bones thin, and our muscles don't recover the way they once did. Vitamin A is another fat-soluble vitamin, meaning it doesn't flush out with urine like water-soluble ones. Instead, it accumulates, building up silently in the liver and soft tissues. And when levels grow too high, something that's shockingly easy to do when taking multivitamins, cod liver oil, or fortified foods, it starts to cause real damage. One of the most troubling effects of chronic vitamin A excess is its impact on bone density. Studies have shown that high levels of vitamin A can accelerate bone thinning, particularly in the hips and legs, the very bones that support our movement, our balance, our independence. Those are the ones most at risk. For a senior whose bones are already vulnerable, even a minor increase in fragility can turn an everyday stumble into a life-changing fracture. But the danger doesn't end with the skeleton. Too much vitamin A can also damage muscle tissue, weakening the structures that give the legs their strength and stability. Many seniors begin to notice fatigue in their thighs or hips, aches that don't quite go away, and a creeping weakness that makes walking feel like more of a chore than it used to be. It's easy to dismiss these symptoms. After all, pain and tiredness are often considered part of aging. But what if the source isn't age at all? What if it's the very supplement you take each morning, believing it's protecting you? Worse still, vitamin A toxicity doesn't present itself in loud, dramatic ways. It doesn't scream, it whispers. Slowly. Maybe you notice you're sitting more often. Maybe stairs feel steeper. Maybe you're finding excuses to stay home rather than risk a walk in the neighborhood. These changes may feel subtle at first, but over time, they reshape your life. They chip away at your confidence, your activity level, your freedom. The truth is, no vitamin should be taken blindly, especially not by those in their 60s, 70s, or beyond. Our needs change with time, and what once nourished us can begin to wear us down if we're not careful. If you're taking vitamin A regularly, especially in combination with other supplements or fortified foods, it's worth a serious conversation with your doctor. The cost of inaction might be far greater than you realize. And if vitamin A, so widely recommended, can weaken your bones and legs in silence, what about the vitamins meant to give you energy and clarity? The next one, vitamin B6, may be the most surprising of all. The way it affects your nerves and the damage it can cause to your legs might be the warning you never saw coming. 3. Vitamin B6, the energy booster that can rob you of feeling in your legs. It often begins with a subtle tingling sensation, perhaps just in the toes at first, a fleeting pins and needles feeling that comes and goes. Then, over time, it spreads. The feet start to feel numb, the steps become less certain, and before long, the legs themselves seem foreign, as if they no longer respond the way they once did. Many older adults chalk this up to aging, poor circulation, or even conditions like diabetes. But what if the true cause wasn't a medical condition at all? What if the source of this creeping numbness was a supplement you've been faithfully taking to stay energized, boost brain function, and maintain sharpness? Vitamin B6 plays an essential role in metabolism and nervous system health, which is why it's commonly included in multivitamins, energy boosters, and cognitive support formulas. It's widely promoted as a key nutrient for maintaining vitality in later years. Yet few realize that when taken in high doses over long periods, this so-called beneficial vitamin can become toxic, particularly to the nerves in the legs and feet. Worse still, the damage it causes doesn't always reverse, even after the supplement is discontinued. Unlike some water-soluble vitamins that the body flushes out when consumed in excess, vitamin B6 behaves differently. In large amounts, especially above 100 milligrams per day, which is more common in over-the-counter supplements than many realize, it disrupts nerve function, making it harder for the body to transmit signals. This condition, known as peripheral neuropathy, is more than just an inconvenience. For many seniors, it's life-altering. The effects go beyond numbness. Peripheral neuropathy can interfere with movement, balance, and coordination. You may begin to feel clumsy, struggle to place your feet where you intend, or trip over seemingly nothing. Stairs might become a source of anxiety, and over time, the fear of falling could lead to avoiding outings altogether. Perhaps the most alarming reality is that in some cases, the damage is permanent. Even after stopping the supplement, some individuals continue to experience lingering weakness or loss of sensation in their legs. The emotional toll of such changes is just as profound as the physical consequences. Our legs are more than just a means of getting from one place to another. They are our connection to independence, to daily routines, to the simple joys of movement. The ability to take a leisurely stroll, stand while preparing a meal, or walk confidently into a room without assistance is something most take for granted, until it starts slipping away. Taking high doses of B6 in an effort to boost energy or cognition may, in reality, be stealing mobility, safety, and confidence. And this isn't a rare occurrence. It's a growing concern among older adults who assume that anything labeled a vitamin must be safe. But vitamins, like all substances that affect the body, must be taken with awareness and precision. What supports health in one phase of life may quietly undermine it in another. By now, it's clear that the real threat isn't just a single vitamin. It's the mistaken belief that more is always better. Yet, the conversation doesn't stop here. 4. What this means for you. This isn't just about vitamins. It's about something far more personal. If you're someone who has faced life's challenges with resilience, adapted to change, and accumulated a lifetime of wisdom, then this is about recognizing that even the routines you trust, the habits you believe are keeping you healthy, deserve to be re-examined as your body's needs evolve. There's no shame in wanting to do what's best for your health. In fact, your commitment to staying active, strong, and independent is likely what led you here. But some of the very supplements you take each day, perhaps alongside your morning coffee or as part of a long-standing routine, could be working against you, quietly diminishing your leg strength, balance, and the independence you've spent a lifetime protecting. Loss of leg strength doesn't always happen suddenly. It may start with a little more effort required to rise from a chair or a split-second hesitation before stepping off a curb. Perhaps you find yourself choosing the elevator over the stairs, not because you're unwilling, but because you feel just a little less steady than before. These small shifts may seem insignificant at first, but over time, they add up. You begin moving less. Certain activities become less appealing. Plans get adjusted to accommodate new limitations rather than personal preferences. Gradually, without realizing it, the body adapts to weakness, to reduced activity, to an increasing sense of caution. This cycle leads to muscle loss, decreased bone density, and a greater risk of falls, fractures, and loss of mobility. The hardest truth: these changes don't always come from aging or illness. Sometimes they result from choices made with the best intentions but without the right information. No one warned you that excessive vitamin A could weaken your bones. No one told you that too much vitamin E might erode your muscle strength. And no one explained that taking high doses of vitamin B6 could numb the nerves that help you walk. But now you know, and that knowledge isn't a burden. It's a tool. You are not powerless in this. In fact, you have more control than you might think. By taking a closer look at your supplements, asking informed questions, and paying attention to the signals your body has been sending, you can take meaningful steps toward safeguarding your strength, independence, and quality of life. It's not too late to make changes. It's never too late to choose differently. Your body still has the capacity for strength, recovery, and resilience, if you give it the care and attention it deserves. So take a moment, reflect. Consider what you're putting into your body every day, because the choices you make today don't just shape your health now, they determine the path you'll walk tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, there's one more crucial factor to address. Beyond vitamins, there's a daily habit that weakens more legs than any supplement ever could. A lifestyle habit so common, so easily overlooked, that it accelerates decline far faster than most people realize. Let's uncover that next. 5. What should you do now? Now that you know the truth, the next question is perhaps the most important one. What should you do? What can you do to protect your strength, your independence, and the life you've worked so hard to build? The answer lies not in fear or guilt, but in something far more powerful: awareness. Awareness is the starting point of all change. It's not about going back in time or undoing the choices you've made. It's about choosing better today with the wisdom you now hold. The first and most immediate step is to take a close look at the supplements you're using, not with panic, but with purpose. That bottle on your bathroom shelf or kitchen counter may have been part of your routine for years, but now ask yourself, have I ever truly questioned what's in it? Have I checked the dosage or considered whether I even need it anymore? It's easy to trust labels that promise heart health, brain support, or anti-aging. But your body is unique, and what works for someone else may not be right for you, especially at this stage in life. Precision matters. Too much of a good thing, especially when it comes to vitamins, can become harmful in ways that are subtle but deeply damaging over time. The next step is to speak with a doctor who understands the complexities of aging. Not all physicians are trained in geriatric care, and unfortunately, many seniors are still given one-size-fits-all health advice. You deserve better. You deserve a conversation that takes your age, your medications, your diet, and your lifestyle into account. Ask your provider to review your supplement list. Bring the bottles if you need to. Let them guide you toward what your body truly needs and what it doesn't. Equally important is getting a clearer picture of what's happening inside your body right now. Ask for a blood test. Not just the basics, but a full nutrient panel that includes vitamin levels. Numbers don't lie. They will tell you if your levels are too high, if there's an imbalance, or if your body is storing more than it should. This is not about chasing perfection. It's about preventing harm before it takes hold, in ways that are harder to reverse. Above all, remember that food, not pills, is your body's preferred source of nourishment. Whenever possible, rely on real, whole foods to meet your nutritional needs. Fresh vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats are not just good choices, they are nature's most effective medicine. Supplements may have a place, but they should never be a substitute for thoughtful eating and balanced living. Taking action now is not a sign of fear. It's a declaration of strength. It means you value your health enough to protect it. It means you're not willing to settle for decline when clarity and change are within reach. You've lived too long and come too far to let avoidable mistakes take away your mobility, your safety, or your independence. But there's still one piece of the puzzle we need to talk about, because even if your vitamins are in perfect balance, there's another silent force working against your legs, and it's something most people do every day without even thinking. The way you sit, how often you move, and the amount of time you spend still may be shaping your future more than you ever imagined. Let's take a closer look. A personal note from a fellow senior. There's something that only time can teach you. After living through nearly a century of change, love, loss, and resilience, I've come to realize that the greatest danger we face in our later years isn't illness. It's assuming that decline is inevitable. Too often, I've seen friends surrender to weakness, chalking it up to just getting old, without ever questioning the silent forces working against them. I've watched strong, independent people slowly lose their footing, sometimes literally, because of something as small and overlooked as a daily pill they thought was helping. I'm not speaking to you today as a doctor or a scientist, but as someone who has walked the same path you're on. Someone who has felt the quiet fear of losing strength, of hesitating before a staircase, of wondering whether one fall could be the beginning of the end. I have lived through it, and that is why I'm telling you this. Not to frighten you, but to wake you up. You still have choices. You still have power. And, most importantly, you still have time to protect the parts of your body that matter most. Your legs, your balance, your freedom. We all want to live long lives, but what we should really be asking is, how do we live strong ones? The answer doesn't lie in chasing every new supplement on the market or believing that more is always better. It lies in listening to your body, to the quiet changes, to the wisdom that age gives us if we're willing to pay attention. It means questioning routines that no longer serve us and having the courage to change course when something isn't right. I share this with you because I believe deeply that growing older is not the same as growing weaker. We may have gray hair and slower steps, but our decisions still carry weight. Your health isn't behind you, it's still unfolding in front of you. And the strength you protect today is the independence you keep tomorrow. So don't wait. Listen closely, choose wisely, and walk forward, steady and proud, knowing that even in this season of life, you are still in charge. The quiet strength of wise choices in later life. Aging is not a decline. It is an evolution, a shift from the strength of youth to the resilience of wisdom. Yet, even with the years of experience we accumulate, it's easy to miss the subtle forces that shape our health over time. Not all challenges announce themselves loudly. Some arrive quietly, disguised as helpful routines or well-intended habits. Often, they begin with something as simple as a daily vitamin, taken out of habit, not understanding. But now, you see things differently. You recognize that at this stage in life, true health isn't about taking more supplements. It's about making better choices. You understand that the strength in your legs, the steadiness in your step, and the confidence in your movements aren't just physical. They are deeply connected to your independence, your dignity, and your ability to embrace life fully. When they begin to fade, it's not just muscle or balance that's lost. It's freedom. The ease of a walk through the park, the excitement of visiting loved ones, the quiet pride of handling things on your own. But this isn't a story of loss. It's a story of awareness. And awareness gives you the power to take control of what comes next. You don't need to live in fear, but you do need to live with intention. Pay attention to the choices you make. Reevaluate routines you followed for years. Seek guidance that respects not just your health, but your journey. Most of all, believe in your ability to adapt, grow, and make decisions that honor the life you want to live. You deserve a future where every step is steady, where your body supports your spirit, and where your later years are defined not by limitation, but by the wisdom to navigate them with strength and grace. This is your moment to reclaim control, not by doing more, but by doing what truly matters. Because aging isn't about giving in. It's about growing into a deeper, wiser strength. And wisdom, when acted upon, is the most powerful medicine of all. These insights are meant to inspire you to live with clarity and purpose. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one lesson from this video that you plan to apply in your own life. Let's learn from one another and support each other on this journey. If this message resonated with you, comment 1. If it didn't, feel free to comment 0. Your feedback helps us continue creating meaningful content. And if you found value in this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insights on living fully and wisely. Thank you for watching. Here's to a future shaped by strength, wisdom, and intention.